Welcome. Tonight, we drift together across the warm winds of time to the banks of the ancient Nile, where the golden sun once fell upon marble palaces, rose-scented air, and the quiet power of a queen whose name would echo across centuries. Her name was Cleopatra, Cleopatra VII Philopator, the last pharaoh of Egypt, a woman of myth, mystery, and undeniable brilliance. She was born in the year 69 BCE in the magnificent city of Alexandria, a place of learning, of culture, of books and stars. Though the Ptolemaic dynasty she was born into descended from Greek rulers after the death of Alexander the Great, Cleopatra was different. She didn't keep herself separate from the people she ruled. Instead, she embraced Egypt. She learned the Egyptian language, becoming the only Ptolemaic ruler known to speak it. She studied mathematics, philosophy, astronomy, and medicine. It's believed she spoke as many as 7 languages. Cleopatra was more than beautiful. Though the legends insist she was captivating, she was supremely intelligent, politically skilled, and fiercely ambitious. When her father, Ptolemy XII, passed away, Cleopatra ascended to the throne at just 18 years old, sharing power with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. But quickly, tensions rose. Factions formed and power struggles turned into open hostility. Forced into exile, Cleopatra fled to Syria, but she did not fall into despair. She raised an army, gathered her allies, and waited for the perfect moment to reclaim what was hers. That moment came in 48 BCE, when Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria. Cleopatra, ever the strategist, famously had herself smuggled into the palace, some say wrapped inside a rolled carpet, and presented to Caesar. The boldness of her entrance stunned him, and from that moment, their destinies became entwined. With Caesar's support, Cleopatra defeated her brother's forces and reclaimed the throne as the sole ruler of Egypt. Their bond grew quickly, both politically and personally. In 47 BCE, Cleopatra gave birth to a son, Ptolemy XV Philopator Philometor Caesar, nicknamed Caesarion, or Little Caesar. She traveled to Rome, where she lived in a villa as Caesar's honored guest, but not his wife. Her presence in Rome sparked scandal, an Eastern queen in the heart of the Republic, commanding influence and fascination. But in 44 BCE, Julius Caesar was assassinated. Cleopatra returned to Egypt in mourning, her son Caesarion now her co-ruler. Once again, she stood alone at the edge of uncertainty. In time, a new figure would emerge, another Roman general of immense power, Mark Antony. Their meeting in 41 BCE was steeped in drama. Cleopatra sailed to meet him on a barge of gold, dressed as the goddess Isis, under sails of purple, perfumed with incense, with music playing softly as the boat glided across the water. Mark Antony, known for his boldness and love of indulgence, was utterly enchanted. The two formed an alliance, both romantic and strategic, that would span a decade and captivate the ancient world. Together, they ruled the Eastern Mediterranean with strength and extravagance. They had 3 children, and Cleopatra once again brought Egypt to the center of world power. But in Rome, whispers of betrayal grew louder. Antony was accused of falling under the spell of an Egyptian queen. In 31 BCE, Octavian Caesar's adopted son, and soon-to-be Augustus declared war on Cleopatra and Antony. Their fate was sealed at the Battle of Actium, where their fleets were defeated. They fled back to Egypt, to Alexandria, their sanctuary, as Roman forces advanced. Surrounded and outnumbered, the lovers made a final tragic choice. Mark Antony took his own life, believing Cleopatra to be already dead. When she learned of his death, she joined him in eternity. Legend tells us that Cleopatra, dressed in royal robes, laid upon a golden couch and allowed the bite of an aspa venomous Egyptian cobra to bring her death. Others believe poison was used. We may never know for certain. She was just 39 years old. With her death, Egypt fell. Her son Caesarion was captured and executed by Octavian. The Ptolemaic dynasty, which had ruled for nearly 300 years, came to an end, and Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. But Cleopatra's story didn't end there. Her image endured, reshaped by poets, playwrights, painters, and empires. For centuries, she was remembered not only as a seductress or a ruler, but as a symbol of feminine power, complexity, and defiance. Behind every myth, behind every embellished tale, was a real woman, sharp-minded, politically brilliant, and determined to protect her kingdom, her legacy, and her children. She was the last pharaoh of Egypt, a scholar, a strategist, a mother, and a queen. In the long corridor of history, her name still shines with mystery and wonder. Let her story soothe your mind. Let her courage settle into your bones. And may her legacy live on in your dreams, your thoughts, and in the pages of time. Thank you for listening. Sleep well, and until next time.